Welcome to New Sky TV videos. Today I would like to introduce to you gentle stories about love and sweet moments of famous people. The lights on the set were blazing and the atmosphere was tense. Just as the director shouted "Ready, go," Yang Mi suddenly shook and fell silently. Time seemed to freeze, and the originally lively set fell into silence in an instant. Everyone stared with wide eyes, unable to believe the scene in front of them. "Mimi!" someone exclaimed. Before everyone could react, Yulong rushed forward as if he had been electrocuted, squatted down and hugged Yang Mi tightly in his arms, his tone panicked and anxious. "Baby, are you okay? Open your eyes and look at me." His eyes were full of worry, and his voice trembled, as if the whole world would collapse in the next second. The medical staff of the crew rushed over immediately, but Yulong never let go, and repeatedly comforted her softly. This scene was accidentally recorded by the staff and soon spread across the internet. The next morning, "She is here, I am here" topped the hot search list, and the related entries dominated the list for 48 hours. Yulong's night watch and Yang Mimi's sideways smile on the hospital bed were uploaded to the internet by passers-by one after another. For a time, the whole network was full of sugar. Fans commented excitedly, "This is not an idol drama, this is a real-life version of a wife-loving scene." In my Lifetime series, I would like to call them the white moonlight and the short drama circle. Some careful netizens dug out the past interaction clips of the two and re-edited them into a collection of Yu Yang's real couple, with the soundtrack "She Is My Only One," and the number of views easily exceeded 100 million. A fan sighed, "We always thought we were chasing a drama, but we didn't expect to be witnessing love." Major entertainment media also quickly followed up, and published in-depth analysis with the titles of "The Boundary Between Reality and Plot Is Blurred" and Yulong and Yang Mimi, screen couple finally come true, saying that the scene may become a classic textbook for emotional marketing in the short drama industry. Faced with this sudden nationwide attention, Yulong's studio issued a brief response: "Thank you for your concern. Mimi is fine. Please rest assured." Yang Mimi also updated her status late at night, writing only the words, "Thank you." But the picture was the little bear pendant Yulong gave her, which was a sight to behold. It turns out that the most touching love never needs a gorgeous script. It is hidden in a look, a sentence of waiting, and a subconscious run. From "secretly like you" to "he's not my boyfriend," to out-of-control relationship and 3 years of itch, this pair of partners is not only a highly compatible CP, but also a synonymous with short drama love. Even a shoulder-leaning Lily or a glance back can be recreated by the audience into an emotional video with millions of likes. In the live interaction just past, Yulong was asked, "Is there a kissing scene that you outed yourself?" He chuckled and asked back, "What do you guess?" Yang Mimi blushed and buried her head in drinking water, not daring to look at the camera the whole time. Such interactions are more touching than scripts and warmer than lines. Because of this, the audience has repeatedly used playback volume, barrage and editing to extend their lives. Not every pair of screen CPs has such a chemical reaction, and not every affectionate gaze can go out of the screen and into people's hearts. After this famous cream scene was broadcast, the social platform was completely blown up, and the relevant clips exceeded 10 million playbacks in just 48 hours. While the barrage was frantically swiping the screen with "A good love to act," they joked, "Cream has already appeared in advance, when will you two officially announce it?" What's even more outrageous is that on the night of the show, it was on the hot search, directly crushing the popularity of the two big-budget TV series that day. Many industry insiders analyzed that this is a typical non-script dessert effects, that is, the CP interaction is so real that people forget that they are acting, but it is more communicative. There's even a marketing professor who cited this incident as a classic example of an accidental hit in a lecture, pointing out, "What the audience wants is not a perfect script, but a true expression of feelings." Every mistake of Yulong and Yang Mimi has achieved the greatest success. In response to this, Yulong smiled and responded in an interview backstage, "Who told her that she was so cute at the time that I couldn't control my hands?" And Yang Mimi said coquettishly, "This shot is obviously not in the script, and he asked me if I could continue to act." So, that touch of cream became the evidence of the best acting in the eyes of the audience. It is also a famous scene that all sugar-eating parties can't get rid of in their hearts. Just like love, it always happens quietly at the most unconventional moment. "Cut, no, who has the heart to call it cut?" The assistant director muttered in a low voice, but his eyes were fixed on the monitor, for fear of missing even a frame of ambiguous eyes. The makeup artist was touching up the actor's makeup while scrolling through the comments and laughing. "We are filming a play, the audience is watching an idol drama, and they are in love." At this moment in the live broadcast room, the barrage of comments filled the screen. Please make it public soon, or I will really call the police. Don't hesitate at the Civil Affairs Bureau, just arrange a waiting for the next scene. I took so much candy that my blood sugar level went up, and the doctor advised me to quit the live broadcast room. Off camera, the director held the storyboard tightly, his knuckles turned white, but his face was a mixture of joy and worry. He felt sorry for the dozens of GB of storage space being wasted by the fancy sugar spreading, but he couldn't help grinning. This group of people can't control themselves at all, but they are too easy to use. The screenwriter laughed at himself in the corner. The lines I wrote are not as good as their eyes. The staff on the set quietly began to bet. Do you think they are really together, or their acting is too good? The photographer shrugged. Who cares? It's enough to look good in the camera. So, what was originally an ordinary emotional scene, with a look, a touch, and a whisper, was unexpectedly upgraded to a famous scene of love variety shows that everyone was crazy about. This is not a play, it is a sweet loss of control, an overflow of love, and the reality that all sugar-eating parties dream of shining into the camera. After the video was exposed, it rushed to the third place on the hot search list in just a few hours, and the topic Oolong Yang Mimi's famous scene of laughing and hugging triggered heated discussions on the entire network. Fans edited a high-definition slow-motion version, adding the background music of Heart Signal, and the comments were dense. This is not filming. This is clearly the daily coquettishness of a couple in love. If the director doesn't arrange the wedding scene, we will write the script ourselves. After watching the video, the director was silent for a long time, turned to the director of photography and said, "Don't rush to stop the camera if it gets stuck in the future, understand?" The screenwriter posted a meaningful dynamic on the social platform. It turns out that the most touching things can never be written into the script. Some fans quickly dug out the details of the two people's outfits on the day of the behind-the-scenes footage, and found that Yang Mimi's skirt was quietly picked up and adjusted by Oolong 3 times. The comment area was instantly flooded with the husband's behavior after marriage was confirmed. The cameraman later revealed, "We had actually finished work that day. We just took pictures for fun. I didn't expect to take the sweetest picture of the year." There was even a post-production editor who joked, "It's a crime not to include this shot in the feature film." So, this improvisational play without lighting, lines, and scheduling became the most emotional scene in the series. It turns out that some heartbeats do not need rehearsal, some hugs do not belong to the characters, but only to themselves. It is not the deliberate marketing under the publicity lens, nor the sweet words in the script. Oolong protects her head and she hands him water, which is the real touching part. These interactions hidden in the gaps are subtle but hot, like the morning light shining into the dusty windowsill, making people believe that love is not only about the dialogue in the script, but also exists in every convenient action. When other CPs deliberately create a sense of distance in public to maintain their personalities, they share headphones without scruples, sit in a corner backstage, listen to 7 miles of fragrance together, hum along with the melody in a low voice, and even breathe in sync unconsciously. "She likes this song, so I wrote it down," Oolong explained with a smile in an interview. As soon as he finished speaking, Yang Mimi looked up at him and nodded slightly, as if to say, "I know." Fans say, their interaction is like a breeze in the summer evening. It comes without any warning, but people always remember the warmth of that moment. A senior producer in the industry also rarely spoke out. Not every screen couple can be so natural. The tacit understanding between them has long broken through the framework of the characters. That's why some netizens left a message. "It's not that I'm too impressed, it's that they look too real." Yes, the most touching part of love is always hidden in those little actions that are not designed or reminded. The more unconscious, the more sincere, the more unscripted, the more memorable.